The question of who stands as the most intelligent Filipino in history has long stirred debate among scholars, educators, and the public. Intelligence, after all, is not measured by a single number or test score, but by the depth of one's contributions, the influence of one's ideas, and the lasting impact on society. Across centuries, the Philippines has produced extraordinary minds, scientists who decoded the mysteries of the ocean and the stars, leaders who reshaped political thought, and prodigies who stunned the world with their academic brilliance. Their stories span classrooms, laboratories, courtrooms, and battlefields of ideas. Some rose from humble beginnings, others from prestigious institutions, but all carried the same defining trait, a mind driven by curiosity and discipline. To understand this legacy of intellect, one must look beyond simple rankings and instead examine the lives behind the numbers. These individuals did not merely excel in exams, they transformed entire fields. From education reform to astrophysics, from law to mathematics, their achievements reflect the intellectual diversity of the Filipino spirit. Among those frequently recognized for intellectual excellence is Cecilio Putang, an educator whose influence reshaped Philippine schooling. Known for his forward-thinking approach, Putang believed that education should not only deliver knowledge, but also develop character and national identity. His academic strength was evident early, yet his true brilliance emerged in leadership roles that shaped the nation's educational direction. As a former Secretary of Education, he pushed for reforms that emphasized cultural awareness, discipline, and academic rigor. His policies affected millions of students and set standards that continue to influence Philippine classrooms. Putang's intelligence was not expressed through laboratory discoveries or political speeches, but through systems curricula, teaching methods, and national programs. He saw education as the foundation of national progress, and he dedicated his life to strengthening it. His intellectual legacy lives on in the generations of students shaped by his reforms, proving that intelligence can sometimes be measured by the minds one helps cultivate. In the realm of environmental science, Dr. Angel Alcala stands as a figure whose intellect changed the fate of Philippine marine ecosystems. Recognized internationally, Alcala devoted his career to understanding the country's rich but fragile ocean biodiversity. At a time when destructive fishing practices threatened coral reefs and coastal life, he introduced the concept of marine sanctuaries, protected areas where sea life could recover and thrive. This idea, now widely adopted across the globe, was once a radical proposal. Alcala's research demonstrated that conservation was not merely about protecting nature, but also about securing food and livelihoods for coastal communities. His intelligence lay in connecting scientific knowledge with real-world solutions. Rather than remaining in laboratories, he worked with fishermen, local governments, and policymakers. The result was a network of marine reserves that revitalized ecosystems and economies alike. His work proved that intellectual brilliance could preserve not only knowledge but entire environments. Another scientific mind that brought recognition to the Philippines is Dr. Josette Bio, a teacher and innovator whose influence extended beyond Earth itself. Bio's contributions to science education were so significant that an asteroid was named in her honor, a rare distinction that signaled global recognition of her work. She focused not only on teaching science, but on making it accessible and inspiring to young Filipinos. Her classrooms became laboratories of curiosity, where students were encouraged to question, experiment, and dream of scientific careers. Bio believed that intelligence should not be confined to elite institutions. It should be nurtured in ordinary classrooms across the nation. Through her programs, she helped cultivate a generation of students who saw science not as an abstract subject, but as a path to innovation and discovery. Her legacy lies in the minds she inspired, showing that true intellectual influence can extend far beyond academic publications. Agricultural science found its champion in Dr. Dioscuro Umali, often referred to as the father of plant breeding in the Philippines. Umali's work addressed one of the most pressing concerns of any nation: food security. Through his research, he developed improved varieties of crops that increased yields and strengthened the country's agricultural foundation. His efforts transformed farming from a largely traditional practice into a more scientific and efficient system. Umali's intellect was rooted in practicality. He understood that breakthroughs in agriculture could mean the difference between scarcity and abundance for millions of people. His innovations in rice and corn production elevated the Philippines as a regional leader in agricultural research. By combining scientific theory with the realities of rural life, he ensured that his work directly benefited farmers. His contributions remain embedded in the nation's food systems, proving that intelligence can feed entire populations. Energy innovation in the Philippines owes much to Dr. Arturo Alcaraz, a scientist whose work turned volcanic activity into a national advantage. At a time when the country relied heavily on imported fuel, Alcaraz saw potential in the nation's geothermal resources. He pioneered research that harnessed heat from the earth, transforming it into a sustainable energy source. This achievement placed the Philippines among the world's leaders in geothermal power production. Alcaraz's intelligence was marked by vision. He recognized that the country's volcanic landscape was not merely a threat, but an opportunity. Through years of research and experimentation, he developed technologies that converted natural heat into electricity. His work not only reduced energy dependence, but also advanced renewable energy on a global scale. Today, the lights powered by geothermal plants stand as silent monuments to his scientific foresight. In the field of physics, Dr. Jason Cosme represents a new generation of Filipino intellectuals pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. His work in quantum optics and ultra-cold atomic gases explores the fundamental nature of matter and light. These are not subjects easily understood by the general public, yet they form the backbone of technologies such as quantum computing and advanced communication systems. Cosme's research places him among scientists attempting to decode the universe at its smallest scales. His brilliance lies not only in his theoretical understanding, but in his ability to conduct experiments that test complex physical principles. Working alongside international teams, he contributes to discoveries that may shape the technological future. His career demonstrates that Filipino intellect is not limited to national concerns. It extends to the deepest questions of science and existence itself. Among the younger generation of academic prodigies is Carl Audric Gia, whose intellectual abilities earned him acceptance into several of the world's most prestigious universities. Known for his near-perfect test scores and exceptional talent in astronomy, he stood out as a student capable of competing with the brightest minds globally. His achievements demonstrated that Filipino students could excel at the highest academic levels. Rather than focusing solely on local opportunities, Guia's path showed the international reach of Filipino intellect. His acceptance into institutions such as Harvard and Princeton was not just a personal milestone, but a symbol of the nation's academic potential. Prodigies like him highlight how intelligence continues to evolve across generations, with new talents emerging to carry the legacy forward. In the realm of politics and law, Ferdinand Marcos Sr. is often cited for his remarkable intellectual capacity. Whatever one's political views, his academic achievements were undeniable. He topped the Philippine bar examinations with an exceptionally high score, demonstrating mastery of legal theory and practice. Known for his sharp memory and powerful oratory, he could recite legal texts and deliver speeches without notes. His intellect made him a formidable figure in debates and negotiations. Marcos's career reflects how intelligence can influence not only academic fields, but national leadership. His mind shaped policies, speeches, and political strategies that defined an era in Philippine history. Though controversial, his intellectual reputation remains a subject of discussion among historians and scholars. Sharing similar recognition for intellectual prowess is Miriam Defensor Santiago, a legal scholar and politician celebrated for her sharp wit and fearless rhetoric. Her academic journey was marked by excellence, from her early education in the Philippines to advanced studies at prestigious institutions abroad. Santiago possessed a photographic memory and an unmatched ability to dissect complex legal issues. In politics, she became known for speeches that combined logic, humor, and sharp criticism. Her intelligence was not just theoretical. It was displayed in real-time debates, courtrooms, and legislative halls. Santiago's presence in public life demonstrated how intellect could become a powerful force in governance. She inspired many Filipinos, especially young women, to pursue careers in law and public service. In mathematics, John Gabriel Pellis represents a different kind of intellectual story, one rooted in perseverance as much as brilliance. Coming from modest beginnings, he excelled academically, graduating with one of the highest grade point averages ever recorded at the University of the Philippines. His exceptional mathematical abilities later led him to positions in international academic institutions. Pellis's achievements show that intellectual excellence is not confined to privilege. With determination and talent, he rose to become one of the youngest professors in his field. His work continues to influence mathematical research and education, proving that genius can emerge from unexpected places. Astrophysicist Dr. Rinabel Reyes represents a new wave of Filipino scientists making global contributions. Her work in cosmology and data science helped confirm aspects of Einstein's theory of general relativity on a cosmic scale. Collaborating with international teams, she participated in research that examined how gravity behaves across vast distances in the universe. Reyes's achievements placed her among respected voices in modern astrophysics. Her recognition as an outstanding young scientist highlights the growing presence of Filipino researchers in global scientific communities. She stands as proof that Filipino intellect continues to shape the frontiers of space science. Among the country's most gifted young minds are prodigies who achieved remarkable academic milestones at early ages. Individuals like Firo Eldrian Wu and Regina Paz Lopez exemplify this phenomenon. Wu's success in international mathematics competitions and his academic excellence at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology demonstrate extraordinary analytical ability. Meanwhile, Regina's early admission to university and rapid completion of a physics degree showcase an exceptional grasp of scientific concepts. Their stories highlight the raw intellectual potential present in the Philippines. These young achievers represent the next generation of thinkers who may redefine science, technology, and innovation in the years ahead. No discussion of Filipino intellect would be complete without Dr. Jose Rizal, the national hero whose brilliance extended across disciplines. Rizal was not only a writer and political thinker, but also a doctor, linguist, and scientist. He mastered numerous languages and produced literary works that awakened a national consciousness. His intelligence was not measured solely by academic records, but by the depth of his ideas and their influence on history. Rizal's writings inspired a revolution, proving that intellect could be a weapon more powerful than any army. His life remains a testament to the transformative power of knowledge. At the top of many academic rankings stands Tiffany, known for achieving one of the highest academic averages in the history of the University of the Philippines. Her near-perfect grades set a new standard for academic excellence, and she later pursued a career in medicine with equal distinction. Uwi's achievements symbolize the pinnacle of scholastic performance in the country's modern era. Yet her story also reflects a broader truth. Intelligence in the Philippines is not confined to one person or one generation. It appears in classrooms, laboratories, courtrooms, and creative spaces across the nation. From national heroes to modern prodigies, Filipino intellect continues to shape both local progress and global discovery. The question of who is the most intelligent Filipino may never have a single answer, but the collective brilliance of these minds tells a far more powerful story, one of a nation whose greatest resource has always been its people.